single snag, toss over to him, both for 22 straight offside goals. He now has the head coach of the Bears for the first time in this contest since the BLINDCAT started the two-season ago. So nothing. Reynolds toes back deep on his second. At the 25-yard line, McAllister with the sack, and Ford with the yard with this very typical first down decision. Deep defensive back.
Yeah, Alex McAllister was the best pass rusher for the Florida Gators, and that appeared against a true freshman in Georgia South with Jam. He was suspended the first game of the year. They got him back last week against East Carolina, and they're kind of hoping that he takes over for Dante Fowler Jr., of course, left as the third overall pick of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You don't want to get behind the sticks against this athletic front for the Florida Gators.
Second down and 17 here with a running back behind toes. Four wide receivers. Snaps off a quick throw to Johnson. Garrett Johnson's first catch of the game, and this will be a third down carry for the Cats.
A nice play call to bring a lot of that yardage back. Now you put yourself back in an obvious passing situation. Kentucky going in tempo, trying to get the Gators misaligned. They're letting it wind up.
And on this third down, sets the screen pass to Hurley. Hurley for the first down, and he hauls it across midfield. That was a terrific call in that situation. Four wide receivers. Gators try to rush four. And again, it is set screens off that pass.
Someone who had shown in their first two games that package we're going to see right here. So here comes the critical third with Rookie Tyler. This is an area where Nick Patrick tools in his legs can be a major asset. He's 6'5", 240, but you don't see a lot of guys that move as well as he does for his size. He had a big rushing touchdown in a situation like this for him in South Carolina. Gators have to keep him in the pocket.
Can't hurt your running backs. The one thing that Kentucky doesn't want to do is give up the field goal. Travers is back. As an incomplete pass will get Portland the field goal here on the field. Darren Butler is the target at the end. So kicking high. Austin Dix struggling a little bit here to get the Gators is South Carolina knocking it around. Here he is attempting to put the BLINDCAT on the board. This is a 29-yard attempt. Slips it through. So the Wildcats settle for the field goal. Settling
Just one play by BLINDCAT. BLINDCAT, only from this level.
At Regions Bank, we're here to help you move your life forward. Managing money correctly can be tough, especially for college students. That's why sometimes we need some extra help. $750 in address that will be restored in next week. Regions, official bank of the SEC.
So that puts them back in the goal, and I think there was someone with the AR hoping to knock doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent. Matters right now is taking out part of the health of the company that stands behind it. All others insurance.
AT&T presents the strongest in the street. This is the on-track quarterback chat. Let's hear your best analysis. Kurt Wolf starts the job.
Can't win the passing game when Brian Packers.
A smart spot. Get stronger to watch the college football playoff. Get stronger with AT&T, the member with the nation's strongest 5G LTE signal.
Showtime this fall. Order Showtime now and join TV's all-new series. Order Showtime now to catch up on past seasons in time for the return of all-new NFL during the launch Showtime. Get 50% off Showtime for 6 months. Call 844-326-9875. Unnecessary roughness, I believe, was the call.
It was Blake McLean. I think it was number 24. We made contact with Will Greer way after the play was over. It was really weird. There's bodies flying all over the place. And Will Greer tried to get a block on Blake McLean. Actually blocked him. This is a bad call. Watch this again. Watch Will Greer right here. He's getting a block on Blake McLean, and then he kind of gets himself in the way of Henderson, who knocks him down. And Henderson gets called for. I don't agree with that call right there at all. And as a quarterback,
chafing. Chafing leads to anger. And anger is the path to the dark side.
The best place in the galaxy to get low prices on everything Star Wars. Walmart.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this all-state safe driving wellness check.
So, what?
My agent Tony said an all-state cellular wellness check will be every 6 months and accident-free. Maybe it's a misprint. Is it really a misprint? Silence. That's the all-state agent and the safe driving wellness check. You the games.
To speak with the legendary basketball legend seasons, Julian Gross Keelan as good as far as I know. Now a little personal has been made of Kia in Washington. Penny Twitty, the legendary owner of Secretariat, was introduced to this crowd. She's over 90 years old now. So Ron Tillins is back for this pair. Wants everybody to stay away from him. And bounces again. He's giving Kentucky good field position. So Patrick Toles will see what they can do with this 4-1 deficit. Second goal. No pain indoors now.
As the season shifts, change is on its way. And with change comes opportunity. It's up to you to seize it. This autumn, we'll find your opportunity at Cadillac. The 2015 Cadillac SRX. Get this unlimited lease of more than $339 per month. Purchase with 0% APR financing.
Southern Musician Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn your stories at blind.com/music. Shelter insurance has covered a lot of lives and a lot of cars and drivers since 1946. We like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Shelter insurance. Yeah, you should. We own your shelter.
What's interesting, though, about Kentucky's offensive line is usually after every 2 series, they mass substitute 3 new guys on the field. They always leave their 2 best linemen, center John Toth and left tackle Jordan Swindle, but they rotate in a new left guard, a new right guard, a new right tackle, trying to keep guys fresh. And that's the backup unit that's in the game right now.
And they're trying to roll out the game 4 on 2nd and 14. Early on the inside, but because Was Brian Cox Jr. open? So if it's not Wilson, if it's not somebody like Cox, it's Bullard or Jefferson. It's amazing.
A lot of the heat's coming from this side. This is going to be a screen trying to wiggle this outside because there's just way too much penetration way too fast. One of these offensive linemen, particularly Zach West, the left guard, you've got to at least get a handle on him. Slow movement, tiny bit. Give Patrick Charles an opportunity to get that football out to the top.
Freshman Antonio Brown awaits this punt from Landon Foster. 4 catches, the 7 career day, and close to the 16-yard line. And that's for a third with 28 to Brown. There's 28 straight years, and the football is
As the season shifts, change is on its way. And with change comes opportunity. It's up to you to seize it. This autumn, find your opportunity at Cadillac. The 2015 Cadillac LTS. Get this low mileage lease from around $269 per month, or purchase with 0% APR financing.
Most people don't know that many prescriptions can cause dry mouth, headaches, dry mouth, monotonous, and toothpaste, and even more dry mouth symptoms like alcohol-free formulas that soothe and refresh, strengthen teeth, and freshen breath. Act straighten teeth with dry mouth relief.
Butter, please.
In this market, it's good to know you have a trusted, independent homeowners insurance agent who's there when you need them. Homeowners Insurance. You know permanently.
Sunday, SEC football finishes back to Benton and the Tennessee Florida game. It's a game, of course, between bigger rivals and Richmond. Danny Murphy is the difference maker. Sunday at 10 on the SEC ESPN Network.
That was a good one. Peyton Manning was on the other side. Tennessee Hall, that's an epic battles those two. That line rivalry was really on its peak.
And Peyton Manning with us against the Florida Gators. Jordan Hurkle in at running back and running the lead. Georgia 38, South Carolina 13. So they're taking care of business in that one. And here, Greer caught it, and that's the youngster. Brilliant play by Callaway, the freshman from Miami. And I think fans of the Gators have seen one of their wide receivers of the future.
We talked about how Will Greer had been accurate throwing the ball down the field over the middle of the field. So that's a good example. Putting it wherever his receiver can make the play. And what a catch by the true freshman Callaway.
And Jesse, meanwhile, Texas Tech leads Arkansas 21-14. And so Arkansas and Auburn are really facing challenges now. Auburn a big loser as Greer for the Gators scrambling. And he will get down as he came across midfield.
This Gators offensive line right now, they have their hands full. Veteran experience, 4 new starters from a year ago. 3 of them were classmates. Right now, Will Greer's running things over. Playing New Mexico State. East Carolina was certainly a step up, but they haven't yet seen the athleticism that they're seeing
see the tight ends bunch up on the left side of this formation. They run the toss play over to Cochran. They'll get the first down. They'll get to the edge. Beautiful run Forrest. Speedy linebacker makes a stop. Forrest is a converted receiver. I would say too many receivers running out there. Checks back in as the running back. They want Powell from the running back close to the first down. So it'll be second down and short. And Jim Outman running the game was going to tell him the games. This is the perfect play.
Decisions that one goes wrong is needs to play. Moving himself last snap, that last play, that was supposed to be a handout, but he sees a lot of cushion over top of his receiver, Brandon Powell, so just take the profit. Gators in a good rhythm right now offensively.
Two receivers off to the right. Second and short. They'll toss it to Robinson. His first catch. Flanker screen. And he reaches for the first down against McWilson and gets it.
Throw these types of plays. You got to be like a shortstop. You got to be able to catch the football and get rid of it real quick. There's a lot of guys that need to get their laces and get it out. Right here, you see the receivers downfield. T-Ball's doing a good job of this Robinson down the road.
Steps in for the right. And the defense on the edge that time. First down and 10 for Brewer and the Gators. Goolsby's number 30. There was movement on that false start.
See Montez Ivy in the game right now for the Florida Gators, which is interesting because they really wanted to wear the offensive tackle coming out of high school. They missed the first 2 games because of arthroscopic knee surgery. They weren't sure if he was going to go or not. They were thinking he was going to be an emergency tackle, but the Gators have already put him in this game. Here he is, true freshman, on the road, having issues here in the snap count. It's what happens sometimes when you've got a lot of youth and inexperience on the field.
Great high school career, Jesse. Was your running back. Gators are so happy to have him out there right now. Brewer fires low and is caught at the 12-yard line by Jake McGee. One of those tight ends he transferred from his former Virginia. Suffered an injury in the first game against the Gators this season.
It's a nice turn by Brewer because he puts it low where only his guy's going to make the play. You take a look at that again. It looks like McGee gets both hands underneath the football. It's a good story seeing him back on the field. Broke his leg last year in their first game against Eastern Michigan. NCAA gave him his 6th year, and here he is making plays for the Gators.
So they move and unbalance this time. And they roll to the right for protection. They're going to throw back to the left. Incomplete. McGee to timeout and has to make a third down.
I'm surprised there's not defensive holding called on Jake McGee on this play. This is a throwback screen to the tight end. Watch 83 at the top up here.
That was a very well-designed play. I can remember Alabama using that play when Jim was the offensive coordinator with Nick Saban. The pros was good good blocking effort. And going lobs to the corner. Jump ball. Fourth down.
Well, the Gators had it, Taco. They were running a man-to-man situation with Brandon Cotton in the slot, running the corner there. We'll give Kentucky safety Morris the voice of number 50 a lot of credit as he uses his speed, runs all the way over from the middle of the field, gets involved, and I think that hand just got it on the football and saved the touchdown. Wow.
So it's field goal time for Harvey. This will be a 29-yard attempt. It'll put the Gators, who came in here favored by a field goal, and it will give them a touchdown lead. And McElwain and the Gators do just that.
Back to the snap now. Play again.
One of those mistakes. Last week, 12 penalties. Now a successful field goal. Tie of game. The one thing they've got to keep in mind is when they get on to kick a field goal. And of course, all Gator and Kentucky fans remember that try from a year ago in overtime on fourth down. This makes it a 34-yard attempt. So the penalty cost the Gators 3 points. Hang on. They'll clean it up for them. And let's see what they do.
Well, it came right up the middle.
Johnson
And
did that too.
Corey Johnson, right in the middle of the screen. Lined up right over top of the snap. Big penalty for the Gators. Takes the football. They try again. A huge play. Special teams for the Wildcats in this game coming in second and 5.
Those mistakes.
Special best tradition college football team. They got it. They got it. Big hit. It's the play. It's only the second year. Shiny and new like old baby. Or new gun.
Don't tough it out. Turn it on.
A smart defense. Turn on the lights and glasses that immediately block even further play. It's wireless, reusable, and easy to use. Turn on smart light and turn it on. This autumn, leaves are the only things falling. During the Echo National Sales Event, get the Shred Vac line at $200. This handheld blower for $149.99, or this backpack blower for less than $300. But hurry, these deals won't last.
So no matter who you are this time, and totally understand and success.
Staff emergency line whenever you need one. It takes technology, engineering, and coordination for PGA Tour professional who can find to hit their perfect shot. At Purple Yards, technology, engineering, and coordination come together to deliver a customized round experience. Purple Yards, where you find official round sponsor for PGA Tour.
Six seasons here. They've been in Final Four 4 times. Just like Hurley, he knows how to embrace the win and done. And those youngsters have 6 of those lifetime NBA. And guess what? The first player I'll see this year, John Calipari in Kentucky in preseason #1 again as we watch toes hand off here on first down. John, I just have to tell you, what a job you've done here from afar, watching. It's amazing what you do.
And the seat that I'm in, I've done pretty well too. Kentucky's one of those programs. How many
insomnia.
Dudes, right? Been a couple of bad calls for the Bills. We have to do this because you got a whole crew of everything. You got a crew of banks, you got driving, you got a crew who's got English accent plays and all that. Who makes sure y'all can move? Okay, he actually, because you got freaking rights. Couple statements, maybe a little small bit of money, and then you got him on parole. Oh, no big deal, man. That maybe pisses him off this. Okay, he's got to stay home. Blind cats.
Starting your home life without looking for homeowners insurance to your first bank account? State Farm is here.
Hey,
What do you think that says? Eat more sausage. What's the starter? Yeah. Somebody eat more cheese. Where you chili? Chocolate. Numerous chimichurri. Cheesecake. Chewing. Keep on chewing.
By far the number one healthiest drink, Carolina Malt, starting at 240 calories.
This is Primetime Football is brought to you by National Mortgage Lender Quicken Loans. Home buying quick. Welcome you back into Lexington, Kentucky. The Florida Gators have led all game long. They'll play Tennessee in Gainesville next week, and the Volunteers just exploded. 3 touchdowns in the final 5 minutes of the first half, and they lead their game 41-3 over Western Carolina. Here it's first down and 10 with Conklin. He's getting a big load up on running backs. First down.
And give Kentucky credit up front. This is a funky look by the Gators. They actually lined up and they shifted them. These are tackles playing tight ends, and inside those are tight ends playing tackle. It's a different look at approach right. It could have confused Kentucky defensively, but they worked their battles up front. Here's the tackle, freshman Denzel Wade making a play in the backfield.
Second down and 10 for play on the Gators. Three receivers wide, and first and goal. Beautiful touch by Matt Fuller. Greer didn't have much of a window, but he slipped it just where Fuller could catch it. And that's who makes his next play.
This receiver group has been a couple of coaches. We saw Kyle with one last series. Take a look at this. Really gets by the defender Henderson, and now Fuller.
Just wonder if they'll take another look at this upstairs. Agree to the football winning the tournament. Snap it. Third down and 1. There's the handoff now. Too late. First down.
I actually think it was a catch, but the football's allowed to touch the ground so long as the receiver has possession and is controlling the football throughout the entire process.
Yeah, I think it was. Take another look at it.
Once again, he gets his hands underneath this ball. This is really a good angle to see it from. This one, he brings it into his chest. There he has possession between his wrists and forearm. The football hitting the ground, in my opinion, the ground did not help him make that catch. I think it's a good call by the ref.
So Kentucky will burn one. 4:12 left. It's a 4-point game.
It's nothing personal. It's just business. And that's how some people do things. To us, everything we do is personal. Because we know anyone can answer it.
shakes a tackle, breaks past another one, and Jesse, I'll tell you one thing about Ward that stands out to me, and this is the second time we've seen it. He's a much better runner than Mitchell
Yeah,
is.
no, he can hurt defenses with his legs. He's done that early this year. I think what's also interesting, Brent, is this is the longest we've seen one quarterback play consecutively in a game. The first two games of Florida, one guy gets the first three for a series, and the next guy comes in. They rotate accordingly. But tonight, it's been Ward Gray all the way. I think the thought process might be, hey, if he's managing the game, not making mistakes on the road, they're going to leave him in.
Sure, odds against him. Broncos tackle. Corey Johnson blocked that field goal. He's making himself felt tonight. He's a senior from Columbia, South Carolina. For the Broncos.
Here's a situation where they could use Corey Johnson. He's a fourth down pass rush specialist. They like to line up in the middle of the field. Kentucky has had their chances to get Will Gray on the ground. He's never been able to finish. Yeah, right before the Gators may have just broken 112 guys. CJ McElwain not happy with it. You worry about this young team. Obviously, they had their penalty issues last week against East Carolina, but a bit of a different ball game now when they're coming out and rolling around environment. We've seen false starts. We saw it to end a game on a field goal. They had a substitution infraction, which takes away third and short. So self-inflicted wounds right now for both of these offenses in this game.
He's charged, and Jimmy is not happy. Mistakes that the Broncos
Tommy Cooper has decided comfortable combat and centrifuge aggression and redefines muscle recovery and swing strength for hangover and overuse.
versus a major leagues.
Everyone abuse of incrementally getting to that point for the easier helps because it works for because it's so overwhelming compression all the time. I mean, consider Tommy Cooper's things. Compression is a great way to relieve those everyday aches and pains.
From top athletes looking for mother-nature and bite to everyday folks that can't plan simply to sore knee, shoulder, wrist, foot, or hip.
Doesn't matter if you feel like if I need to show you every
No excuses.
That's how you stay on top. That's how you become a champion. That's how you put your own record.
Tommy Cooper's original 24-hour compression is designed to help harness the body's natural recovery.
We've got a long ways to go. And it starts with understanding selfish acts hurt the team. And I want to be dealt with. That's not how it's going to be when you get older. The last team was the most competitive team in the country.
Changing the culture. And it takes a little time for Jimmy. Hard to find a vacuum step. Now the Gators face a third of it with an empty backfield. First round touchdown in this game. So here is Greer on the toss play. Taylor's got the first down easy. Gains to the 30-yard line. They've got 150 to work with. And, of course, the big thing in the college game right now, with some coaches who wish this rule would change, you, of course, stop the clock on the first down.
Great blocks by the tight ends. You got a run block here, and on the other tight end, Goolsby, it's a block on the outside in the corner. So you've got Jake McGee, who just made the catch, getting a great seal, and then Goolsby outside on the perimeter, giving the running back space.
Too wide, Brewer looks to the middle, and another reception by the tight end. McGee is having his best game as a Gator.
It's a new offense with a new play caller, and tight ends are a big part of what they do. They line up all over the field. And right now, this Kentucky defense is having issues in man-to-man matchups, whether it's linebackers or safeties. That time it was A.J. Stamps, their best kicker safety. He's around with Jake McGee.
It's three receivers to the right, one to the left on this first down. Greer comes back to the right to Powell. Powell breaks a tackle, may have a first down on that play. They're going to give it to him, and now stop the clock at 41 seconds.
That play took a very long time to set up. Normally, with screens like this to wide receivers happen much faster, but we're just hung on here, let the blocker downfield set itself up, and because that throw was behind the line of scrimmage, those linemen are allowed to be further than 3 yards down the field.
Watch the clock. If they don't make it here, they'll burn that last time out. City officials. So Calvin Taylor, who was in deeply into the doghouse last week down in Gainesville, and he tweeted out that he and the coach, they were okay. And they're more than okay now as Calvin Taylor brings into the end zone and handles himself with class. Good job by the Taylor. It's 14-3.
It's a great scheme and formation by the Gators. They break the huddle quickly and they line up in an unbalanced set. You got alignment, another alignment, and then you got a 320-pound defensive tackle. Just a lot of weight on that side of the football. They basically out-leveraged Kentucky at the point of attack with that unbalanced weight. And a quick huddle after the timeout. A very impressive drive. I'll tell you what, that drive was made possible by that critical third down play between Will Greer and tight end Jake McGee. Was put him in the 4% situation.
just not smart. And later in the week, he said this clearly: "I love Coach Mack. He's going to make me a better person. Got nothing but respect for him." And here tonight, Jim McElwain inserted him down there in the game, kept using him. He scored a touchdown, and he responded the way Jim McElwain wants a player to. So it's a good learning moment for everybody. And now Kentucky will tell you early now it's Boone Williams news. And just the story at the end of this half. The Wildcats are going to have to regroup, and let's hope that Boone Williams is
Yeah, that was a scary moment. He got run all the way into their bench. And Mark Stoops wanted a penalty. He's upset about it. Late hit, but that was a huge play by Boone Williams because it now gives him an opportunity. He's throwing a Hail Mary. Was there anything later? He gets pushed. Inbounds. He actually grabs the face mask. I don't know what was made. His own momentum carried himself.
The only thing that McElwain it may put up his left hand. I think inadvertently made contact at the end. Toss goes deep. Jump ball. And Hargreaves is right there with Dorian Baker. So we're looking now right here from Maria Taylor and Coach Stoops. And the region halftime here. And Florida goes looking to make it 28 yards and lead 13-3 on Kentucky.
Well, Jason, thank you. A great opportunity, as you said, in just a moment. It is the region's back halftime report. Don't wait to hear from you, Florida. Game back in Pittsburgh. Hey, good morning, Florida. Well, sure, I know what happened over there. I guess I'll start with the game on Monday. Rather slow in the first half. A big touchdown run, converted at the 36 halftime. This thing had me turning the field goal at about, let's put it down at about 5 minutes before the field goal line. That falls off after a nice try to reestablish oneself right before halftime, putting it in the end zone. And what a way. Consistency has been all about for him. He's been a little elusive running the football, but now back in the fold, no question. Yeah, Kentucky, I mean, Patrick Queen has not been very good. The running game hasn't been good. The consistency on offense isn't there. So a big game like this, at your house, you're playing very good teams. But can you keep some of these guys around? Absolutely. Who are you struggling with right now? Just the consistency with the quarterback, his ability to get open receivers, and to commit to something. Either you're going to zone read or you're going to throw the football to Quentin Taylor, but you can't be a rookie middle. You have to commit to doing something and establish who you are right in between your back and forth between you and Riley and Brady in the middle.
They did have an opportunity, remember, in that first quarter to do something in the end zone. Wasn't able to, put that into their hands and didn't end up making the play. So we sit at 14-3 right now. How about Florida defense? What's their inconsistencies?
Well, it's not hard to guard. I mean, Florida plays hang into the quarterback. I mean, importantly, the physicality that they displayed on Florida last Saturday on both sides of the ball, particularly on the defensive line. And obviously, Hopkins coming back into the interception. He's a big time factor for Florida's defense. And then just your front defensive line.
Going back to Lexington, Travis Banks looking to take it away. Kentucky head coach Mark Stoops.
Coach, in the final minute, we saw your defense give up a touchdown. What did you see during that series?
We blew a coverage on the 13 or whatever it was. We had one side of the field playing one defense, the other side playing the other. It's communication. So we tried to adjust it at the last minute and didn't get it done. So we got played on. That third down that got to 4th and 1 was critical. Outside of that, we were battling the whole half. We gave the offensive ball good field position. We were put in a bad situation, having the 4th and 1, missed the sack. So we've got to make plays. We're missing the quarterback left and right. We've got to get the routes and we've got to finish them off.
Having gone into the end zone, what are the deficiencies you're seeing on offense?
Well, their D-line is handling us up front. In predictable pass, that's been the biggest thing, is handling their pass rush.
Thanks for your time, Mike.
LSU Bowl game early in the day. Of course, slated for an upcoming 1:59 next week against Mississippi State. And he's beaten down today. What defense playing against him? Where do you start the first game? Yeah, there's physicality there. And you don't get critical LSU, but that's some poor tackling by Alabama.
And this looks like the Auburn defense we saw last year, unfortunately. For now, just continues to go.
1:59 is not an appropriate number to start. If the game's over, 1:59 before the game. Nothing happened. Got to put the troops on.
It's still 68
This Tex offense is dominant. And Jakeem Grant, Reginald Davis threw a trick play for a touchdown.
This is something I'm not used to seeing. I always saw this defense as a bend but don't break defense. They play a lot of 2 deep coverage. They are getting beat for big plays in this football game.
And here's Brandon Allen and Jordan Whitehair has the 2 touchdown passes for Patrick Mahomes. For Allen, just 4 incompletions and 21 drops running for Texas Tech. That's a 1 touchdown more later. Will Howard making plays on his own. 14-3 Gators. This halftime report is presented by Regions Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Regions, every day is game day.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle movement motion, liberate your spine. And reach towards
Not that great at yoga. Yeah, but when I sleep to desk, he make me just one day.
And just one day without proven care. One day care. Only from your father.
Is he getting one of the big Africans in? She is. Candace, I don't know that you in school.
Bojangles Big Bowl Bites and feed the whole group with chicken, biscuits, fixings, and tea. Bojangles, it's go time.
There's no better way to make a deal than a barren surface and speed. Would you rather get your car running? There is one car that can make it run. The Mercedes-Benz C-Class. 5 driving modes let you customize the steering, shift points, and suspension to fit the mood you're in. And why go bigger? The 2016 C-Class is authorized and offers exceptional offers to Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
In the southeastern Carolinas, you can fill a book with the stories of an athletic success. Student athletes will be rewarded in this summer competition. They're doing things like building homes for those in need and mentoring at-risk children. See, our athletes are doing more than just changing the game. They're changing the world for the better.
Welcome back to the Regions Bank Halftime Report.
Well, Clemson beat by Missouri, got a ball and a half from Connecticut. First win in the title game in January. 3 teammates involved in the crowds here. Flag on the play and good play. So did Ron Johnson, who just scored a touchdown. 6-2. UConn really made it look bad when Gardner Newsom knocks away a play and it stays 6-2. That's right, 6-2. Third quarter, 9-9. The solo shot, 6 ball, 8-6. Now that's how it goes. 9-6. Now, look at Canada. 42 on and down the arc and wants to try a fake field goal and not have a play.
This play call so far is college football.
9-6. Missouri will take the lead. This is at Ivy Hill. 3-0. I guess that's what counts, right? Texas A&M trying to get there as well, taking on Nevada. Nevada's preseason Heisman candidate.
You gotta run with the legs too. Don't just throw it in.
Very high speed there. New Clemson has the weapons here.
The second quarter for the Fridays, that's true. He needs to go back.
There's Josh Reynolds on the right for a potential passes to Jalen Carter.
And I said it earlier, if you look at who's playing the quarterback position right now, nobody in the SEC is playing it better.
Going back there, Morgan Fang. Someone forgot to
This halftime report is presented by Regions Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Dudes, been a couple of A-plus for years. I hate to do this because you got to prove everything. You quote banks, prove that English innocent played one day. Who makes you out to know? Your theater tree. Just give me something grace. Escape rooms, how to be real smart with your money, and then one pat now. Oh, no big deal, BLINDCAT, no questions, no requests. Always stay the best of you. My note, guys.
Starting a wedding with everything from renter's insurance to your first bank account, State Farm is there. The Eagles opened the region's only wedding line of clothing with an amazing rate, and the signings were everywhere. From the updated kitchen parlor and the refreshed bathroom too. Regions 1.99% picture-to-play rate for 12 months can help you consolidate debt, pay for higher education, or renovate your home. We're here to assist you with quick decisions without monthly advice. As for the Eagles, they're still winning with no signs of slowing. Ready to do something amazing? Call 1-888-BIG-SAVE for credit costs and terms.
The Gator Group isn't about a single university or even a single cause. It's about people on opposing sidelines standing together to face any obstacle. No matter how big, there's a bigger purpose, inspired by you and hope and will and joy. What's the good that inspires you? Tell us and be a part of something greater.
Attention Dish customers, tired of having slow internet? Why not run Dish for your TV service? Now you can also get high-speed internet. Run your Dish TV with DishNet satellite internet and save $10 a month. Do everything you love to do online with speeds as fast as 4G.
DishNet is the internet service provider. DishNet will also run your prepaid subscription.
Choose our high-quality programming at a great rate. And for a limited time, bundle your Dish TV with DishNet high-speed internet. You'll save an extra $10 a month.
Make it most of my shopping morning. Social media and home inventory be a part of my friends and family's lives.
Call now, bundle, and save $10 a month. Can you imagine what life is like without it? Do everything you love. Call, bundle, and save $10 a month. Stay connected where you love to live.
We get to be connected with everybody and everything.
Call 1-844-800-8230 today. Welcome to the Champion Show. Florida 14. Kentucky 3 as we get ready to start the second half. Jesse Porter, the second halves have not played into Kentucky through two games. Can they turn this around?
They can, Brett, but they're going to have to finish. On defense, they have to finish plays. They've had multiple chances to get Will Greer on the ground. They've let him escape, and that's led to big plays. And offensively, they've got to stay out of 3rd and 1. Their average third down to go has been almost 3rd and 9. Their hands full right now with this pass rush from the Gators. That has to stop.
Well, Kentucky will get the ball to start the second half, and you know how important this first series could be for them. On the ground, and it's going to be returned by King, the youngster. And Curtis to the 22 moments ago, and here's Taylor caught up with Florida coach to nothing out.
Coach, we see way more active in the passing and run game. What's your assessment of his play in the first half?
You know, he's done some pretty good things, especially with his feet. Not real happy with, pockets collapsing. Give them credit. They're doing a great job of pressuring up there. He's kind of taking what he needs. It was good to see him get him out of the throws that last year.
We're used to seeing you pitch too. What's your feeling to manage both of your guys in the second half?
Yeah, working phenomenally well here. He's kind of been doing all right. Putting pressure
Jefferson and Grant in the game on the force. C.C. Jefferson has been good in the SEC for the next couple of years.
And it's just a good job of the Gators collapsing the pocket and not giving Patrick Tools any range. Just whether it's movement up front, guys just taking moves, keeping constant pressure. Just go where Patrick Tools to go.
Foster back to punt. Stand by so Kentucky gets the ball to start the second half. They ran into him. And back goes Callaway. At the 39, there is a penalty flag. The punter was run into. And remember, it was 4th and 1. So that would be
Contact, but he actually tries to hold the punter up. It's a good choice by him not to just completely flatten the punter. You're going to see this again in the replay. Troy Pittman, a guy that was suspended the first 2 games.
Number 9 of the receiving team. 5-yard penalty enforced at the end of the kick.
So they will enforce the penalty at the end of the kick. It was not roughing.
Just watch this again. He's airborne and kind of tries to slow himself down, and he actually holds the punter up in the air, trying to make a case to the referee that hey, intentions weren't bad.
With that
not
move,
roughing.
He might have saved the moment for the Gators.
You can see the punter himself, he's even laughing. And Foster knows, hey, I tried to act as well as I could. I couldn't land on the ground.
The crowd, of course, is unhappy that it wasn't a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Kelvin Taylor back on the field for the Gators. Scored their second touchdown in the first half. Offense for the game, Florida with 165 yards and Kentucky with 97. Yes, Kentucky is better, but Kentucky can't beat teams like Florida if they continue to make mistakes like dropping passes. John McDade now coming over to the sideline to talk to the coach. He wanted the 15-yard penalty. You could read his lips.
The 5-yard penalty will be enforced in the previous spot where it'll be 4th down.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So now you go back and
you don't enforce it at the end of the play. You got to enforce that and punt it again.
And so they will re-kick it.
See Jim McElwain now on the sidelines trying to get his guys organized, trying to get his punt return unit back out on the field. The fans here are not very happy with the no call, and I don't think also with the management of that entire situation by this referee crew. There's movement up front by Kentucky.
Which is where it all began. Callaway from the 35-yard line slips up the middle, breaks free. 40, 35. That did not work out well for Kentucky.
Generally on punt returns, for them to be successful, the returner's got to make a guy miss, get upfield right away. Right here you see two Kentucky Wildcats run right by, and then he finds it, locates his blocks, and gets downfield. This is a young true freshman that made a huge catch in the second quarter down the middle of the field, and here completely changes field position with that play on that punt return. And now Will Greer in this offense starting inside Kentucky's 30-yard line.
45-yard punt and a 37-yard return gives Greer Gators. Taylor, the running back, gets the first carry. No hold, tried to take it outside and was still clogged up over there by the defense.
We heard
Johnson was in on that.
We heard Jim McElwain say that the plan in the second half is to stay with quarterback Will Greer. And I like the plan. I mean, Greer's numbers right now aren't off the charts. He's 8 of 12 for 94 yards, but he hasn't yet turned the football over. He's done a very good job managing this game. He's made some plays with his legs when things have appeared to break down. He's in a good rhythm and flow, and he's given him an opportunity to win the game.
4 receivers for the Gators. Greer and deflected off Powell's hands. Gators are fortunate that a defensive back didn't catch that after it had been kind of deflected.
This is a big down here for Kentucky in their defense. They've been getting good pressure on Will Greer. If they could get a sack or force a negative play and finish, they can knock the Gators out of field goal range. So Will Greer has to know in his mind right now, you're already in this area. You cannot take a sack. You got to be smart with the football.
5 receivers wide. The right tackle moved. That'll cost the Gators. Fred Johnson, freshman from West Palm Beach, who has a tremendous upside, took that early step.
You've seen the young true freshman tackles struggle with the noise. It was Martez Ivey earlier. Now it's Fred Johnson playing on the right side. They just did Kentucky's defense a huge favor.
That is the 7th penalty tonight against the Gators. 3rd down and 15. 5 wide for Greer. Kentucky will try to get there. It's an empty backfield. They rush 3, drop into the zone, and they get there. Down goes Greer. Terrific pass rush. Corey Johnson was joined in to make it a 4-man rush at the end.
But it's the pressure, and they finally finish the play. They're going to blitz true freshman Jordan Jones right here around the outside. And that's what forced Will Greer to have to step up in the pocket right into those blue jerseys. That's exactly what Kentucky needs to do. When they get those chances, they got to finish and give them credit because they were able to back Florida out of field goal range, save points from going up on the board.
Timmons is back deep on this punt. He's standing on the Kentucky 10-yard line, and Johnny Townsend will try to bury this inside the 20. Penalty flag. Maybe he wants it 5 yards further back. In that situation, Jim McElwain's indicating, yeah, back it up because he's more comfortable with this distance. So in effect, they took that 5-yard penalty. And as a result of that look, Kentucky changes its punt return team. They line up 10 across. Not going to get there. Fair catch is signaled inside the 5, and it's going to be downed at the 2-yard line. A terrific punt by Johnny Townsend, sophomore out of Orlando's Boone High School. Let's take a look at this punt.
You could end over end like that, hoping to get the bounce backwards. Cover team doing a great job downfield.
Washington.
If you battle back pain, don't tough it out. Turn it off.
Smart Relief from ICEOT. Turn on relaxing pulses that immediately block even chronic pain. It's wireless, reusable, and easy to use.
Turn on Smart Relief and turn off pain.
Take a look at these barbecue trophies. best cracked pepper sauce. Most ribs eaten while calf roping.
Yep. Greatness deserves recognition. You got any trophies, cowboy?
Yeah, well, there's this one.
Best insurance mobile app.
Yeah, 2 years in a row.
Well, Alvin, does that thing just follow you around?
Like a little puppy.
The award-winning Geico app. Download it today.
Hand-breaded in our kitchens every day. Our original chicken sandwich.
Let's go! Knock him up here! So what's the best tradition in college football? Take a guess. Anybody? Anybody? I'll give you a hint. It's the playoff. It's only the second year. It's shiny and new like a little baby that I invented.
Oh, you invented it?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Did you watch last year? Third string QB took home the trophy. Third string, that's you guys. You don't know what's going to happen in that playoff. I can't wait.
Aren't you supposed to be working or something?
Yeah, I am. Let's go, Dr. Bobby. That look regulation to you? I think it needs more air.
I grew up in Compton, California. My father, he was actually in the gangs and stuff, and he was on drugs a lot when we were young, but he made sure that we didn't make the same mistakes that he made. Seeing my mom struggle when he was in prison and then seeing all the things that my father went through, I just knew that I wanted something better for my life. So I'm one of the first people in my family to graduate from college. It is something that nobody thought that I'd do, not even myself. I just want to help someone else do it and help change someone else's life.
Well, it's 14-3, Kentucky's second possession of this half. Jesse, receivers for Kentucky, they only completed 3 passes tonight, and I know of 3 others that have been dropped.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think that Kentucky has to get back to throwing the ball on early downs and those short throws. They just got to come up with the catches, but they've got too good of players. Guys like Ryan Timmons and Juice Johnson, they've only been targeted once each so far in this game in the slot, and their outside receivers don't even have a catch.
So running with Boom Williams behind a blocker. He leads the way out that time. That was Will Tom Collins was the lead blocker on that ISO play, and now it's a second down here for Kentucky. And let's see if Tolles can light a fire with this passing game against very, very good secondary. He's going to try. He's in the end zone. Look out! On the move, out of the pocket, throws it away. There was pressure from McAllister that time.
Yeah, he's isolated one-on-one with left tackle Jordan Swindle. They're not giving the left tackle any help. He's got to do this all by himself. Here's the matchup. There's just too much speed coming off the edge for Alex McAllister. It's a really good job and very fortunate that Patrick Tolles had the wherewithal to get rid of that football.
Third down. JoJo Kemp behind the quarterback, so he's in, and they will try him as a runner, and they're forced to punt again. Can't move the football here in the second half, and there's a penalty flag. Hang on now.
Florida's front seven has absolutely owned the line of scrimmage tonight.
Yes, they have.
They've been an illegal block on this by Dorian Baker. I think that's what he said, reading his lips. Late in this play, Dorian Baker comes in and gets a kill shot. The secondary players, just watch the right side of the screen right there. I think it was on Brian Poole from the back. One more time, yeah, number 24, Brian Poole just gets whacked late. Dorian Baker, and right now, Kentucky just does not have any answers for this front seven of the Florida Gators. And Florida going to get the football back in very, very good field position.
Yeah, Foster backed up toward the end of his end zone. He's less than a yard away from that end line. Stoops unhappy about something because he said that he was not told down there. Well, they set the return with Callaway saying stay away from it. So they'll work in Kentucky territory. The punt is down, and a reminder out and about on this college football Saturday. Don't miss any of the action while you're on the go. Streaming the game live. Download the Watch ESPN app. A couple things that have happened around the league. Georgia certainly stood out, routing South Carolina, and they're definitely now the team to beat in the East Division of the SEC. Tennessee hoping to get there. They've got a big game in Gainesville next week against the Gators. Gators trying to hold on here and make it 29 straight years over Kentucky. They lead at 14-3. 10 minutes to go. Taylor back in as the running back. Going to bring a reverse, and it's Callaway. Callaway close to a first down. You see the speed, Jesse, that youngster has.
You do, and you also see some creativity in play calling in this new Jim McElwain offense. We've seen some funky formations in the first half. Now you're kind of seeing the misdirection and the trickeration and different ways to get playmakers the football in their hands. Right out of the gate, this just looks like a typical standard handoff to Kelvin Taylor, but there's the speedy true freshman on the reverse and really putting a lot of stress, forcing Kentucky to play with really good eye discipline.
Second down and 1. Taylor barges ahead for the first down. He's been a powerful runner here tonight. Carried 10 times more than anybody. Josh Forrest comes up and makes the tackle. But it's interesting that Greer remains the leading rusher over Taylor. Greer has 32 yards and Taylor 27.
Greer's been able to make the plays unscripted when everything's broken down. Kelvin Taylor's done a very good job tonight, I think, running in between the tackles, and I'd expect the Gators to continue running the football here in the second half against the Kentucky defense that struggled against the run early this season.
Tight end McGee is on the right side of the formation. Greer, and there is exactly what Jesse was talking about, and he recovers his own fumble, gets down on top of it with Denzel Ware hanging on.
This is something that Will Greer has to get better at. Ball security has been very poor. He had a fumble in week 1 against New Mexico State on the same play, just like this. It's a great decision to tuck the football and run, but get the ball into your body now, high and tight, understanding that defenders are coming in from behind you, swiping at. Very, very lucky for the Gators to fall back on this football.
Second down and 5. Bringing forward over tight to the left side of the formation. Taylor behind a pulling lineman, breaks a tackle. What a good-looking run that was for a first down.
He just looks motivated. He's running very, very strong. He keeps the legs driving. Just like his dad, he's got great feet. And when he sees a lane to cut in, he can put those feet up and down really quick and change direction. Watch this play. Running behind the guard, Trip Thurman. Supposed to go outside, and boom, puts his foot in the ground, those strong legs, like pistons, breaking tackles for the first down.
First down and 10. Here's Greer taking off again. Close to the first down marker. Got to the 12, and Henderson with the stop for the Wildcats. It is almost mandatory that the Wildcats keep the Gators out of the end zone this time. Make them settle for a field goal.
And again, it was something they did so well against South Carolina. 5 red zone trips. They only allowed 1 touchdown. Situational football with defensive coordinator DJ Elliott always preaches to his guys, they've got to come up big here. Just got to.
Second down and 2. Quick pitch, Robinson. He's got the edge for the first down. It'll be first down and goal from just outside the 5-yard line.
And Will Greer's like a shortstop. He does such a good job, I think, catching shotgun snaps and quickly getting it out of his hands. You see there, he didn't even get the laces. Some guys have to catch the football. They got to find the laces, and the play just takes too long. By then, the defense has come up and made the tackle. but because he's very good with his hands, getting the grip and get rid of it, that helps out Marcus Robinson. Means more yards.
First down and goal. Play fake. Fire. Intercepted in the end zone. J.D. Harmon saves the day for Kentucky with that pick as Will Greer makes his first big mistake of this game. And maybe we will see Treon Harris. We shall see.
Kentucky's defense, with their backs against the wall, needed this play. It's the right decision by Will Greer. It's the wrong type of throw. J.D. Harmon climbs the ladder. Huge turnover, giving this football team in this stadium some life.
I thought you said they got a Buick.
I thought they did.
Is that a Buick?
So your dad let you borrow the
Buick, Mr. Simmons. And it's got a 5-star overall safety rating, so there's nothing to worry about.
My grandpa used to drive a Buick.
I don't think that's what he's worried about.
That's not your grandpa.
Kick off the football season with Buick, plus current lessees. Switch to Buick with this low-mileage lease on this Buick Encore for around $189 a month with just $359 due at signing.
AutoZone matched Jen with a new pair of Duralast wipers to cut through the rain. You call them wipers, she calls them blades. Where there are blades, there are ninjas. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Okay, guys, let's see who can write the strongest tweet to show your school pride. Go.
I have people who tweet for me. Excellent tweet, Roderick.
Thank you, sir.
Hit me with the smell good.
Strong assistant.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
I'm really into this car, but how do I know if I'm getting a good deal? I tell TrueCar my zip and which car I want, and TrueCar shows the range of prices people in my area actually paid for the same car, so I know if I'm getting a great price. This is how car buying was always meant to be. This is TrueCar.
Huge interception. Gives Kentucky the ball 1st and 10, coming out on their own 20-yard line. And most important, that was a 1st and goal. And so you don't want to force anything on 1st and goal. Greer will have to learn that. 1st down and 10. Kentucky sticks with the running game, and not much doing for Boom.
And go back and take a look at the interception. Here's Jake McGee at tight end. He's going to be running this corner route. Here's J.D. Harmon right here at the top. He's just going to follow him and kind of back up into his zone. As a quarterback, you've got to protect the throw. Either your guy's going to get it or nobody is, and that's one if you're going to miss. You got to miss out the back of the end zone. Will Greer, only a freshman, he's going to learn.
2nd down and 9. Sticking here on the ground, and this is going to give them a 3rd and long as Jared Davis off to a great start this season for the Gators, and there's a little bit of unease with that particular play call.
Well, it's just too good defense, and here's McAllister. Watch how he gets outside and establishes the edge, so Boom Williams has to cut this back inside. Boom Williams has such great speed. His speed normally gets him outside, but that's a good job right there of the defense playing its assignment in its lane and setting up yet another 3rd and long.
Horton checks in. Their last 5 drives, they have been stuffed. They are 3 of 9 tonight on 3rd down. Here's the 10th effort, and Tolles running for his life. Makes the 1st down, breaks a tackle. What a huge run for Patrick Tolles on 3rd down. Marcus May saves what could have been a touchdown. A 33-yard run, and it looks like we've got a penalty flag over here on the near side.
33 yards.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 6 of the defense. 15 okay.
And that would be Quincy Wilson.
Well, really, I mean, it's interesting. Personal foul we see, but watch at the end of this play. I think Kentucky gets away with one. Dorian Baker at the top of the screen right here. That looks like a hold on Vernon Hargreaves. Vernon Hargreaves wanted the call. There was none. Great effort by Patrick Tolles, getting away from the rush from McAllister, keeping the play alive.
Great. And on first down, it's Horton instead of Boom Williams in the battle for the football down there in the middle. Horton hangs on to it.
You just love to pay this off if you're Kentucky. This is an opportunity for a huge momentum shift. Your defense just gets a tremendous interception in the end zone. Quarterback makes a great play on third down. Got to capitalize. Find a way to come away with 7 on this drive.
Second down and 9. Can they block that Gator front? Horton slips a tackle. Powerful run to the 25. But here's that third down again. It is hard going against that rotating defensive line of the Gators. Tolzo back to the shotgun, and the speed back, JoJo Kemp, is in there. They've got a blocker for him. Kemp slides, got a first down, slips a tackle. Good run to the 12-yard line. Neal may have saved the touchdown.
Really nice job up in the middle of Kentucky's offensive line. John Toth at center gets a block and then chips up on the middle linebacker Davis, and that sets up the hole for JoJo Kemp.
First down and 10. Here's Kemp again. Cuts the daylight. Across the 5-yard line. He's to the 4.
And you can feel it, Brent. Listen to this crowd. Momentum starting to shift.
Seven plays, 76 yards so far. 30 plus on that one scramble by Tolles. Here's Kemp, a little tired, and the defense brings him down. Brian, number 93, the young man from Casper, Wyoming, wanted to come Florida way. And Jim McElwain actually tried to recruit him down to Colorado State, and instead he opted to come to Gainesville, and Jim very happy to meet up with him again.
So Kentucky substitutes an extra offensive lineman, Cole Mosier, in the game. They also bring in their big running back, Mikel Horton. Big bodies, giving the Gators a run look here on 3rd and 2.
And they'll need a 4th down. Horton could not get it. They're going to need a 4th down to go here. They trail at 14-3. There shouldn't be any hesitation.
And they're going. They're bringing in Jacob Hyde. He's normally a defensive tackle at 333 pounds. He's their goal line fullback and a guy they like to run behind.
Got to hurry up and get it into him.
You know, a big part of me thinks you get the field goal here. It's an 8-point game. It's a 1-possession game. You come away with nothing. I don't know.
Horton reaches for the first down. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal for Kentucky.
What a gamble by Mark Stoops, and what a tough run by the true sophomore Horton. Check this out. There's penetration for the Gators up front. And Horton basically drags middle linebacker Antonio Morrison, and all 235 pounds of him, past the 1st down marker.
The toughest 2 yards ahead of him. JoJo Kemp is behind Tolles. Motion. give it to the receiver, and Baker couldn't get it done. Very good defense by that secondary. Very alert, making the stop. Hargraves, of course, a surefire All-American. Perhaps a top 5 draft choice.
And I like the play call and the thought process of getting some of these playmakers in Kentucky the football any way you can. If you can't throw it to them, you can't pitch and catch it, then hand it off. But it's still tough against this Gator defense with all the speed they have.
Offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson talking with the head coach Mark Stoops. Second down and goal. Kemp. And he gave ground on that one. The Gators jumped it. Jared Davis, number 40, the leading tackler a week ago. Comes up with the play, and now it is third and goal.
Lots of penetration, just too much athleticism. Caleb Brantley, number 57, completely blew that play up. Gator defense right now, you see a player down, that's Jeremy Powell, number 23, but you saw Kentucky's defense a series ago play great in a goal line situation. Gator defense doing it themselves.
So we're going to take a break while the injured player is being tended to, and then we'll come back.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah?
We've got Allstate, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Well, I found this new thing called
Allstate Quick Photo Claim.
It's an app. You understand that? Just take photos of the damage with your phone and upload them to Allstate.
Really?
So you get a
quicker estimate, quicker payment,
quicker back to normal.
I just did it. But maybe you can find an app that will help you explain this to your father.
Introducing Quick Photo Claim. Just another way Allstate is changing car insurance for good.
Back support. If you need it, you know it. Introducing CopperFit Back Pro for maximum lower back muscle support.
I played 20 years in the National Football League. No one took a beating like I did. As soon as I put on CopperFit, I could feel the support. This feels good.
Designed to provide everyday support and relief for lower back muscles.
I'll put it on and almost instantly it just makes it go away. It's like magic.
The support was amazing.
High-performance compression fabric infused with powerful odor-reducing copper.
Hey, I pushed this belt to the max. Oh, no, you don't. And it passed the test.
Once I put it on and wore it, then I saw the results.
Call 1-800-440-0012 or on the web at copperfitback.com. For only $19.99, you'll receive one lightweight back belt, form-fit for your size and comfort. Order right now, and your shipping is free.
If you want the power to stay active, then you want CopperFit.
Experience the power of CopperFit Back.
SEC Network Primetime Football is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Thoroughbred Park in Lexington, Kentucky. About 3 acres, divided into those 5 major areas. Lifelike vignette. World of horse racing. Of course, this is the center. Great auctions in Keeneland coming up. Their meet. Everything coming to Kentucky when you talk about the thoroughbreds. And right now, they're hoping that their football team can play like a thoroughbred. A third down coming up for tolls.
You know, a guy they could be thinking about is number 6, wide receiver Blake Bone. You see here, he's a big-time weapon in situations like this for Kentucky. At 6'5", he's got the ability to climb the ladder, high point the football, throwing in fades, slants in the back of the end zone. He's a guy you haven't really called his name very much here tonight, but on the biggest play of the game so far for the Kentucky offensively, this is the guy I'd be thinking about and I'd have in my back pocket if I were Patrick Tolles, the quarterback.
They're keeping the offensive players over here huddled up, and they let the clock run out. So it will be the 4th quarter. Can the Wildcats strike for a touchdown? We will find out when you come back for the Money Quarter in Lexington, Kentucky.
I thought you said you were going to test drive this Buick first.
I am test driving it for 24 hours.
Nice Buick. I guess the test drive last night went well.
Actually, I'm still on it. You know we're test driving this Buick for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Test washing it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I'm going to take it test shopping.
The Buick 24 Hours of Happiness Test Drive on your terms and schedule. Pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $1,500 purchase cash on select 2015 Enclave models in stock the longest.
Crystal's 3-egg breakfast comes with freshly cracked made-to-order eggs for just $3.99. Everyone loves freshly cracked eggs. Except Carol. The $3.99 3-egg breakfast, only at Crystal. Crystal's Mix 5 for $5 deal now includes our new Vidalia Q Crystal. It's only for a limited time, so get it before it's gone.
Remember me for my onion ring and my barbecue sauce.
Only at Crystal.
We need to replace the microwave cooking device.
Oh, this will cost mass quantities. Commence the jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Bildar, how can I help?
Brent Allen, did we receive savings from our discount double check?
Oh, yeah, a bunch.
This pleases me.
Wait, we're in space. I thought you guys were from France.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there in France. See? France?
Oui.
Save mass quantities with a State Farm discount double check.
We make good money, but yet it just doesn't seem to be ever enough.
I would say college is my biggest concern. We don't have college saving plans put together, which was a huge, regret, I'm sure, on both of our parts.
It seemed further away.
It just seemed further away.
But now all of a sudden, we're in it.
We're coming to Regions because we need help.
Well, we went to Regions yesterday and we met Viviana, and she was very helpful in explaining the services and tools that we're able to use to get my kids through college.
It definitely made us feel good to know that there were others out there that were just like us. Viviana really stressed that and let us know that we weren't alone. It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I want to give my kids the best life, the most comfortable life that I can afford. We're finally working together to take our next step.
Celebrating its 11th year, sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating university general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. Since 2005, Allstate has donated millions in scholarship funds. The Kentucky Wildcats are thinking extra point. They want a touchdown. They've been kept out of the end zone, although they dropped a sure touchdown pass in the first quarter. Horton.
We talked about Blake Bone. Here he is matched up one-on-one.
Looking for him, Guy to him, and they overthrew him. That's the play they wanted, Jesse, and got it too high. Tabor did not give ground. He was all over number 6.
And that's the matchup because it's away from Vernon Hargraves. So look here at Tabor, just tough man-to-man coverage right in his back pocket. And they look clean. I mean, this is exactly where Tolles wants to put it. High and away, and that's a throw that Blake Bones oftentimes comes down with. You just talk about how talented the secondary is from the Florida Gators.
Now, the reason why he's kicking this time is that they would need 5 yards to the end zone. Now, he will put it on an 8 if this 22-yard field goal is successful, and it is by Austin McGinnis. So it becomes a one-score game for Mark Stoops and the Wildcats. And now there's just a little bit of pressure on Jim McElwain and the Gator offense. They've got to move the ball. They've got to see if they can get it back on 2 scores. The one thing they don't want to do is go 3 and out and let this crowd come climbing right back in.
And Brent, they've got a quarterback in Will Greer that just threw an interception on his last possession. And how does he respond? Coming out here on the road in his first start in a hostile environment. Can he answer the bell?
In game 1 against New Mexico State, Jesse, when we were in Gainesville, he fumbled once and turned it over, leading to a score, and he came back and led a touchdown drive. Yep. That's one of the things that I'm sure Jim McElwain has evaluated. How does a quarterback respond from adversity? Can I count on him to bounce right back? This is a very big series for number 7 right now. Brandon Powell back in the end zone. Out of the back of the end zone. So it's a touchback. Well, weekdays, ESPN Radio's Paul Feinbaum shares opinions on SEC football, deep knowledge of the conference himself, and then, of course, those passionate callers. The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 p.m. on SEC Network. And I'm wondering if anybody is going to call Paul on Monday and suggest that the head ball coach, maybe, well, never mind. But the head ball coach is going to be under fire from Gamecock fans after their performance against Georgia today. So here we go. First down and 10. Taylor is the running back. Complete on his first pass after the interception. Showers.
Well, a lot of confidence in Will Greer right away, throwing on first down and throwing from the pocket. Talked about how he would respond after throwing that interception. This coaching staff, offensive coordinator Doug Nussmeier, obviously have lots of confidence in this young freshman.
Second down and 7. Here's Taylor, hole on the right side, but it closes quickly. Big third down coming up here, folks.
And I think at this point of the game, if you're the Florida Gators, with the game on the line, the game's close, your best players have to touch the football. DeMarcus Robinson, the wide receiver, has only been targeted twice tonight in the passing game. Brandon Powell only has 2 catches. These are the 2 most dangerous guys in the perimeter of the field. These sorts of situations, you've got to find a way to get them the football in space. Let them go make a first.
Callaway is slotted to the left. It's third down and 6. Powell out of the backfield. Quarterback Greer can't get it. He is down short of a first down. And now Jim McElwain quickly sends the punting unit onto the field. He's going to put this game back in the hands of his defense. A huge 3 and out by Mark Stoops and the Wildcats. Timmons is back deep. Waves everybody away. Downed at the 31-yard line. Commonwealth Stadium about to get real noisy. The Wildcats mount a drive.
Breaking from the norm is never easy. Doing your own thing, making your own way, can be pretty, well, bold. Ricky Fowler is redefining what it means to be a golfer. Quicken Loans is doing the same for mortgages. Quicken Loans, home buy, refi, power. Official mortgage sponsor of the PGA Tour.
If you battle knee pain or shoulder pain, don't tough it out, turn it off.
New Smart Relief from Icy Hot for knee and shoulder. Turn on relaxing pulses that immediately block even chronic pain.
Turn on Smart Relief and turn off pain.
On the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo,
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman!
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. Wear your shield. We're your shelter.
So what's the best tradition in college football? Take a guess. Anybody? Anybody? I'll give you a hint. It's the playoff. It's only the second year. It's shiny and new like a little baby that I invented.
Oh, you invented it?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Did you watch last year? Third string QB took home the trophy. Third string, that's you guys. You don't know what's going to happen in that playoff. I can't wait.
Aren't you supposed to be working or something?
Yeah, I am. Let's go, Dr. Bobby. That look regulation to you? I think it needs more air.
Back in Lexington, the Gators are up 14-6, and I just saw Coach McElwain turn to his quarterback, Treon Harris, and tell him to start warming up. Now, we've only seen Will Grier so far today, but Coach Mack said at halftime, if they need him, Treon is ready to go. I also saw Will Grier kind of touching his right ribs. Now, I haven't seen trainers come over to him or really assess him, but it's something to be watchful for moving forward, guys.
All right, Maria, we will certainly get there. There's no question the trainer has now moved over there as we can watch him as he goes down hard, short of the first down, sort of fell on the football, but back to Patrick Tolles. Tolles has completed only one pass this half for no yards, but he had a 33-yard run on that third down. So now the focus is on Tolles and the Wildcats going for an open receiver. Got him beautifully. Badette, the speed receiver, and the Wildcats are in business. The fastest of their wideouts finally gets daylight, and Tolles hits him.
And they got a matchup they liked against Brian Poole. Badette has blazing speed. He's their best deep threat. That's an aggressive play call on first down and a beautifully thrown ball by Tolles.
Now back with the running game, and Boom Williams.
And the first play, we've seen these Kentucky receivers that we talk about being young and inexperienced. First play they've made down the field against a very good Florida Gators secondary. We saw a drop early in the game for a touchdown. We've seen another drop, but that's a play that they needed to spark themselves in the passing game and just give themselves a little bit more balance.
Second down and 7. Kentucky needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to draw even here in the fourth quarter. Tolles firing again, end zone, incomplete. Garrett Johnson the target that time, and they're getting a little daylight on this talented secondary right now. They're getting about a half a step.
Well, I think Tolles has also had some time to throw. The offensive line has done a good job giving him a clean pocket. This right here was a near miss.
It's third down. 11:46 to go from the Gators' 21-yard line. Play fake, Horton in trouble. Tolles is going to be sacked that time. And that's McAllister. Alex McAllister has come up huge in this game.
Yeah, he's had a monster game with speed off the edge. And they've lined him up to the left side over the left tackle. And this time lining him up to the right side. And Kentucky has not been helping their tackles on islands. They're not using tight ends to help block. They're not using running backs to help block. And Alex McAllister has just been feasting all night.
So here's McGinnis on for the field goal. He's made 2. This is longest attempt of the night, a 45-yarder. Slips it through. 3 field goals. It's 14-9. It's the money quarter, and they're live in Lexington.
Take a deep breath in and exhale. And a gentle wave-like motion. Liberate your spine. And reach, toes blossoming.
Not that great at yoga.
Yeah, but when I slipped a disc, he paid my claim in just one day.
So he had your back?
Yep.
In just one day, we approve and pay. One-day pay, only from Aflac.
At Regions Bank, we're here to help you move your life forward. But managing money correctly can be tough, especially for college students. That's why we sometimes bring in some extra help.
Young lady,
You're way too smart to hit that order button. $750 on a dress that'll be out of style by next week? And what? You might wear it 2, 3 times tops?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I probably am right.
Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Life in the NFL was tough on my body. I live with muscle and joint soreness every day. Life after football can be just as tough. That's why for knee and elbow support, I choose CopperFit.
CopperFit, advanced compression garments to help relieve muscle and joint soreness.
With my active lifestyle, my body reminds me it needs the support.
High-performance fabric to aid in faster recovery, performance, and guaranteed relief of muscle aches and pains, and blended with odor-reducing copper. Call 1-800-601-6829 or on the web at getcopperfit.com. Get your elbow or knee for $19.99. Order now and you'll receive a second sleeve. Just pay separate shipping and handling.
For this old arm, I choose CopperFit. Go. Oh, come on. That was a perfect pass.
Feel the relieving power of compression. Feel the power of CopperFit.
The last time Kentucky won in Gainesville, 1979. We got a touchdown, Kentucky! Boom goes the dynamite! Stunned in Gainesville. Did they get it off? Did they get it off? Made to the end zone. Got it. Stoops living. And the Gators have won the ball game in 3 overtimes.
That was the dramatic 3 overtime game down in Gainesville. Jesse, you and I were there. Mark Stoops feels he has a better team this year, but he trails at 14-9.
Yeah, he just needs his guys to finish. Remember, Louisiana Lafayette up 33-10 in the fourth quarter. Let him back in next week. 24-7 against South Carolina at the end of the half. Let him back in. They've got to finish this game.
Powell runs up. Gets out to the 24-yard line, and it looks like... Hold on now.
On the return.
18-yard return coming out by Powell, and it looks like Greer will return. Jesse, your feeling about that?
Well, we saw him on the sideline, and as I was watching him in the break, it looked like he was touching his right elbow, his rib cage, his arm. We saw Treon Harris warming up. He hasn't played a bad game, with the exception of the 1 interception in the end zone. If he can go, if he can throw, I think you keep him in the game.
This team needs first downs right now. Taylor. Short of the 30. It'll be second down. Huguenin with the stop.
And there's so much motivation for Kentucky in this game, Brent. You see Treon Harris on the sideline. But for Kentucky, trying to beat the Gators for the first time since 1986. You want to avenge last year's triple overtime defeat. But remember, a lot of guys on Kentucky's roster from the state of Florida. A lot of bragging rights back home. And you talk about making a bowl game for the first time since 2010. It's games like this in the division. Playing at home, you've got to win.
Second down and 6. Here comes the blitz. They don't get there, and he throws for the first down to Fullwood.
That's a good sign if you're Jim McElwain and his coaching staff. If you're wondering whether or not Will Grier's okay, because that was a frozen rope. And that football came out with a lot of velocity. It was accurate. First down, Gators.
Taylor's your running back. Big burden on this offensive line now. They lost 4 starters from a year ago to the NFL. Not a lot of experience. Play action. Rolls to the right. Short hops it. There was a defender flashing on him, and he may have sent it into the ground, and now he's feeling up in that area just where he was over on the bench when Maria reported that the youngster Treon Harris is warming up. And let's take a look at this throw. Maybe he's got an arm problem here, Jess.
I mean, this was short hopped pretty significantly. He got his body around to make a good throw, but just couldn't get the velocity on that one. And right away after he missed, he starts reaching for that ribcage area.
Second down and 10. Handoff to Kelvin Taylor.
But if I'm Treon Harris on the sidelines right now, whether or not the coaching staff has told me to start warming up, I am warming up. I think you got to get your mind to go like you could go in the game, and that wouldn't be anything new for Treon Harris. Remember last year, he came off the bench when the Gators were down 9-0 against Tennessee. Late in the game, led them back to a huge road win. Treon Harris battle-tested, especially on the road. He's got to keep his mind in this game because there's a good shot he's going to play.
3rd down and 9 for Greer and the Gators. He's in trouble. Breaks free. What a play. It's incomplete, but avoiding the sack. And there is a penalty flag back in the area where the quarterback went down.
Yeah, this is going to be roughing the passer, I think, on J.D. Harmon from Kentucky.
A huge mistake.
Oh, wow, they're saying no flag.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, check this out again. Will Greer, I'm not sure how he gets out of this. It looks like this is a for sure sack from Henderson. Keeps his feet, throws it downfield. There's Harmon. That was the shot. You see the referee right away threw the flag. He didn't try to hold himself up. I don't think he hit him in the neck or head area. That wasn't targeting, but questionable whether or not that was a late hit.
Timmons is back deep. Beautiful punt. There is a penalty flag. Timmons catches it at the 14. Mark is indicating he wants him backed up. It was a great punt, so Stoops obviously, if he can force a re-punt here, is going to do that.
I think that's now the 10th penalty on the Florida Gators. Gators were able to escape East Carolina with 12 penalties last week. Talked about how the culture needs to change around in Gainesville. Right now, penalties rearing their ugly heads again. As this Gator team that's very young and inexperienced, are they going to be able to overcome all that with momentum now shifting back on the side of Kentucky?
Johnny Townsend. Caught at the 21-yard line and down about the 22, so that's a gain of about 7 yards for Kentucky. They will have the football here in the 4th quarter. 8:24 to go.
Enter the Allstate It's Good sweepstakes each week for a chance to win dozens of great prizes throughout the college football season. One lucky fan will win $100,000, a trip to the Allstate Sugar Bowl, and then meet Kirk Herbstreit at the 2016 National Championship game.
It's good!
Enter today at allstatecfb.com.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Only the strongest get to watch the college football playoff at my place. Now, I'm going to put you through various feats of strength. You'll be painting your faces, making sandwiches, and washing my cars. Danny?
What does washing your cars have to do with college football?
You're out. Only the strong survive, gentlemen.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
It's intelligent enough to warn of danger from virtually anywhere. It's been smashed, dropped, and driven. It's perceptive enough to detect other vehicles on the road. It's been shaken, rattled, and pummeled. It's innovative enough to brake by itself, park itself, and help you steer. It's been in the rain, the cold, and dragged through the mud. Introducing the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLE. It's where brains meet brawn.
So, you say men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Then how'd I get this?
Safe driving bonus check. Every 6 months without an accident, Allstate sends a check. Silence. Are you in good hands?
No one's safe. Because no one's forgotten. Everybody's looking for redemption. For revenge. They know what it takes. So get ready. They're coming.
studio. SEC right now brought to you by State Farm. Ole Miss into the end zone first. It was 4th and goal. Handoff to Jordan Wilkins around the end. It is 10-3 Rebels right now on ESPN. Correct?
All right, Dari. Big story there is that Cooper Bateman started at quarterback for Alabama tonight. As you take a look at the SEC scoreboard, Auburn suddenly reeling, and Georgia hammers South Carolina. Tennessee pretty easy as we now have a 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, and Tolles will take the direct snap. Back to the line of scrimmage. Boom Williams. That puts him in 2nd down and long.
Yeah, Caleb Brantley has had a very big second half here. He's making some big plays, lined up right over the center. John Toth. The speed is quickness, and again, Kentucky cannot live in 2nd and 3rd and long here in this 4th quarter.
Basically a ugly looking stretch play out there. Hargraves had jammed the receivers out there. He was all over that play. Tolles has got to rifle that one into the seats.
And it was almost picked by Brian Poole. If Brian Poole had seen that sooner, watch this. The football runs right by his face. Watch 24 in the slot right here. And he comes close. He catches that ball. That's a pick 6.
That's because 87 was holding it. 3rd down and 10.
Need a big play. Patrick Tolles buying time. Accurate downfield here.
3rd down. It's all day. Tolles fires. He got the 1st down. Dorian Baker.
Look at this pocket that Patrick Tolles gets to throw from. Give this offensive line a huge plus for this, because Patrick Tolles hasn't had this kind of time all night. He can sit, he gets through his 1st, his 2nd to his 3rd progression. Great job by Kentucky's offensive line.
Remember that play. What a huge 3rd down. Now the running lane opens up, and boom to midfield.
The thing I really,
everybody understands.
Yeah. The thing I love about offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson is that he is committed to running the football. He's a quote-unquote air raid guy. Coached under Dana Holgorsen for 4 years at West Virginia, but he wants balance.
Here's boom. And 3 Gators lift him up. Nick Washington, number 8, was in on the running back. It's going to be 2nd down, long.
Patrick Tolles, the way this front 7's playing, Patrick Tolles is just going to have to make a play. They're going to come back and win this game. He's got a lot of talent for a guy his size, 6'5", 240, arm talent, mobility, which is rare for air raid quarterbacks. We've seen him when he's playing at his best, at his highest level, just how good he is. He's going to have to come up with some big throws, I think. Maybe make some plays with his legs as well.
He's got 4 wide. In trouble. Gets it off. Incomplete. Ryan Timmons the target. Well covered by Brian Poole. Brian Poole, one of the better nickelbacks in the SEC.
The thing about this Gators secondary that I think is so good is that they're deep. It's not like you can just avoid throwing towards Vernon Hargraves. We've seen Jalen Tabor look good in one-on-one coverage. That's just a great job by Brian Poole on the outside, getting better body position. Now that the Gators are finally fully loaded, with Keanu Neal back on the field after a leg injury, Marcus May back after a suspension in week 1, this may be the best or one of the most talented secondaries in the entire country.
Safety's creeping up on him. Tolles fires high and incomplete, and that was Hargraves with the coverage all over the receiver.
You know, and Patrick Tolles knows that he missed one there. Dorian Baker working one-on-one against Vernon Hargraves, and that's the guy that Tolles wants to throw to in those situations. The ball just sailed on him on this throw, and Patrick Tolles knows it right after the throw. My bad.
Threw a knuckleball, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Back deep is Callaway, 6'19". Jim McElwain with his quarterback playing with an injured wing. And he knows he's got to eat some clock. Kentucky playing a little field position game. They put the Gators back inside the 20. Plenty of time left. Now let's see what Greer and the Gators come up with.
You had a long, stressful day, and now you need a little help falling asleep. Time for new Unisom Sleep Minis. The little capsules work fast, so you get a good night's sleep and wake recharged. New Unisom Sleep Minis. A stressful day deserves a restful night.
Not so long ago, on a street just around the corner,
Dad.
the force was strong between father and son.
You got it?
What are you doing, buddy?
It's my Ewok Happy Dance.
Of course it is.
Today,
Hello. Hey, Daddy.
it is passed on to a new generation.
You got it?
Ewok dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the circle is now complete. Walmart has always been the best place in the galaxy to get everyday low prices on Star Wars.
This autumn, leaves aren't the only things falling. During the Echo National Sales Event, get this shredding vac for under $200. This handheld blower for $149.99, or this backpack blower for less than $300. But hurry, these deals won't last.
The Cinnamon Swirl French Toast Breakfast Sandwich. Make it a large combo for your chance to win great prizes from Hardee's and Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
SEC Network Primetime Football is brought to you by Regions Bank, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Jesse Keeneland Racetrack opens on October 2nd. Breeders' Cup is coming to the cradle for the first time later in the month of October. I've always wanted to say this about a football game. Down the stretch we come.
I'm gonna guess you've been to the Breeders' Cup before.
Yes.
Probably more than once.
I've fed some of those ponies.
Oh, yeah?
14-9. Taylor's a running back now for the Gators. Greer rolls to the right. Good-looking run for a first down. Out to the 31-yard line. Down we go to Maria.
Brent, Jim McElwain had a one-on-one conversation with Will Greer on the sideline. He told him, if you're good, you're good. If you're not, we can go with the other guy, referring to Treon Harris. But Will Greer got up, started warming up. He was still touching right under his right armpit, which is his throwing shoulder. But he got up and said he could go.
You know, I think the competitive nature of a quarterback, Maria, just wants to, you know, obviously you want to win the game. You also want to win the job. And I think he knows with a win tonight, if he guts it out, he could earn the trust and confidence and respect of his teammates.
They go unbalanced to the left. Taylor to that side, and this is what they need to do, is to power for the first down, eat that clock.
And the thing about Greer, too, I'm impressed, the toughness overall. I mean, a guy that's not obviously 100% right now, but he's putting his body on the line. Think about that last run we just saw 2 plays ago. A lot of quarterbacks get down and slide. He's leaning forward and diving forward and trying to get the first down. Well, a big part of this quarterback evaluation for Jim McElwain was seeing how players respond. And I think when a quarterback puts his body on the line, they do that.
Second down and 5. Quick pitch to the outside. Powell's the blocker for Robinson. Robinson has the first down. Now, at some point, Mark Stoops will have to think about using his timeouts.
Let's go back and take a look at this Greer run again if you get a chance. Just 2 plays ago. Not 100%, nothing open downfield. You can slide right there. You can slide right there. But he's not trying to go down. A guy almost takes his head off, does a spin move. I'm just really impressed with the toughness and the fight all night in Florida's Will Greer.
Now from the 43-yard line. Receiver wasn't looking. That could have been a disaster.
Wow.
Powell was not looking. That might have been a pick 6.
Blake McLean almost was given a gift. Kentucky's defense has been lights out tonight. Let's just point that out. They've only given up 245 yards. They've kept themselves in the game, and you're right, Brent. Brandon Powell never turned around to look for that flat route. Blake McLean was just almost there. That could have been pick six city and given Kentucky the lead.
Mississippi now leads Alabama 17-3. There's a changing of the guard going on. Taylor at the line of scrimmage and no further. Third down, and it's a big one.
Yeah, and I like Mark Stoops' idea here not to burn timeouts. Leave them in your back pocket for this final drive, this final push. Third down now, an obvious passing situation, and they've been able to get pressure on Will Grier. They've got to finish the play. If they get a chance to bring number 7 down, they've got to do that or force a throwaway. Give Patrick Tolles as much game clock as possible with 3 timeouts in his back pocket.
McElwain continues to milk the clock. Brings it down to 5. We've got inside of 3:30 now. Screen pass, Taylor. Can he get the first down? He cannot. Now let's see if Stoops uses a timeout here. No indication.
He's going to play it safe.
Gators are going to bring it down inside of 3 minutes.
But again, let's talk about Kentucky's defense and the job they've done. We've talked about how Mark Stoops wants his teams to finish in the second half, and defense didn't quite do that in the first 2 weeks, so I'd argue they did that tonight. They have not allowed one Florida point in the second half. They've held up their share of the bargain. Now it's time for Patrick Tolles and this offense to do theirs.
Mark Stoops is basically giving Jim McElwain a free rein here to milk on the clock, and then he burns a timeout. I don't know why Kentucky didn't use a timeout here before the punt. The clock stops offensively when you get a first down in the college game. That's huge. I understand why NFL teams keep in their pocket, but you don't want to take the timeouts in a game like this into the locker room.
Yeah, Florida calling that timeout.
There's no question.
Yeah.
He milked it and then called the timeout. You could see it coming. Well, tonight at 10:30 on the SEC ESPN network, our network analysts will discuss all the SEC news. And folks, there is a ton. There is a ton. And that's coming up next with Dari and the gang. You don't want to miss that. If Mississippi can make this hold up in Tuscaloosa, back-to-back wins over the Tide, how big is that? Here comes the punt now. Kentucky trying to pull it out. Tried to stop it inside the 5 and couldn't. Well, there's a little bit of a break for Kentucky. It'll come out now with the touchback to the 20.
So a couple of key position groups to watch for Kentucky. Their offensive line has been losing most of the night to Florida's front 7. Kentucky's wide receivers have been losing most of the night to the Gators secondary. But this is the drive. All that doesn't matter because this is the drive that they've got to win just a couple of plays. If they win a couple of plays, that's good enough for Kentucky to score a touchdown and walk out of here with their first win against the Florida Gators in 28 years.
JoJo Kemp is going to be the running back. Hargraves will be locked on to Dorian Baker at the bottom of your screen. He looks at Baker. Hargraves gave him a big cushion. Gave him the completion and a short gain. He did not go up and press on him.
It was a huge open field tackle, though, because it kept Dorian Baker from getting out of bounds and stopping the clock.
Now this clock is going to come down around 2 minutes. Second down. And now comes the third down.
Kentucky not using a timeout here.
They're inside of 2 minutes.
They're going to try and go tempo, get lined up quickly. This is taking time. A late guy shifting over, wrong formation.
Guys moving over, and it's just eating up time.
Not good for Kentucky here late in this game.
And here comes Horton. Tolles fires for it. incomplete. Badette the target, and it's 4th and 3, and Kentucky has no choice. With 1:27 to go, no choice. They must have the first down.
Expecting the situation, man-to-man coverage from the Florida Gators all the way across the board. They're going to try and contest the throw.
They are. You can see them press, just like Jesse told you.
Here's where the receivers have to win.
Tolles, middle, got it. He hit Baker on the move, and Baker with a huge gain to the 48. Clock stops briefly. There's 1:19 to go.
There's the win by Dorian Baker against arguably the best cornerback in the country in Vernon Hargraves. It's a slant route right across the middle of the field. Accurate throw, strong hands, huge first down.
20 yards on a 4th and 3. Tolles, pocket clean, incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Johnson, the intended target that time, and Marcus May over there, the safety, diving at it. 2nd down and 10. Clock is inside of a minute.
That is. Brent, isn't this great? I mean, these Florida-Kentucky games are going to soon start becoming must-watch TV. For what we saw last year going into triple overtime, certainly this hasn't been the same offensive output tonight, but
You're absolutely right.
Next year, circle this game and get in front of a television set. These things are not boring.
Kemp is the running back. 2nd down and 10. Incomplete. And now we have another 3rd down.
Great pocket, great decision, inaccurate throw from Patrick Tolles. And we've seen him miss different times tonight high. Right here, this needs to go out in front of the receiver. Badette did a great job on his release, got way out ahead of the cornerback, and if that ball's out in front, he has a chance to catch it, maybe make the free safety miss, maybe score.
3rd down and 10. Tolles chased out of the pocket. Sacked. A killer. Jonathan Bullard from Shelby, North Carolina. A senior defensive lineman. The 6th sack by this Gator defense as a timeout obviously is called in this situation. Here's the one thing you cannot do in the scramble. Throw that thing out of bounds. 46 seconds remain. Timeout on the field.
It's a romantic comedy with award-winning special effects. A cliffhanger with an unexpected twist that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Come see the season's brightest stars performing on the world's biggest stage. It's fall in the Show Me State, and it's playing this weekend. Enjoy the show at visitmode.com.
Discover Can-Am's wide range of industry-leading vehicles during the Yellow Tag event. For a limited time, get the industry-acclaimed Outlander L starting at $59.49, or choose the powerful Outlander, the versatile Commander, or the turbocharged Maverick. With cash rebates up to $2,500. Offer ends soon. Visit your local dealer during the Yellow Tag event. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
Must-listen radio next week, 3 p.m. Eastern. Paul Feinbaum. And with all the stories breaking around the SEC, can't wait to hear some of the callers to the knowledgeable one. That'll be something. Right now, Kentucky down to its last 46 ticks of the clock. This is a 4th and 22.
Gators have
it's a prevent defense for the Gators.
3 of their best pass rushers up front. Going to try and contain.
The right tackle moved, and this became 4th and 27.
Five-yard penalty against Kentucky. 4th and 27 at the 30.
It's Just the little things Kentucky has done to make it really hard on themselves tonight,
Jimmy,
hasn't it been?
Jimmy getting his defensive coordinator, Jeff Collins, back over there on the sideline.
Coming to get that guy.
They won't have too many men on the field. 4th and 27. Toll steps away. He's got a big arm. Going deep. Intercepted. Picked off by Wilson. And that is going to do it. 29 straight years of agony.
You got to give this Gator defense a lot of credit. I know we've talked about how well Kentucky's D has played, but Florida's been just one better. Marcus May gets back at safety. There's Quincy Wilson going up and high-pointing the football. You see Patrick Tolles disappointed, grew up a Kentucky fan, waited a long time for this opportunity. I'll say this about the Gator defense. They're going to give them a chance to win games right now. It's been a staple of this program for years, ranked in the top 15 each of the last 4 years, and with a young offense, playing in a new system, with a new quarterback as they kind of work through their growing pains. The good news for the Gators is this D is legit.
And also, I think Jim McElwain has settled on a starting quarterback. I think he demonstrated that here tonight. He went the distance with Greer. And let's take a look at tonight's AT&T strong performance.
And it's been running the football from Will Greer. His numbers passing it pretty pedestrian, but on critical down and distances, he's been really good creating with his legs. Remember, this is a dual threat quarterback coming out of high school. He showed that off today. None bigger than probably the first 4th down of the game on the goal line when there was a broken play and he ran it in for a score, but not 100%, got dinged up a little bit in this football game. You got to be impressed with his toughness, and I'm interested to see how this team responds to that throughout the week in practice and moving forward this season.
Florida never trailed in this football game. Kentucky dropped a touchdown pass in the first quarter, then threw an interception. The Gators marched down and scored the first touchdown, led 14-3 at the intermission. Kentucky settled for a couple of field goals in the second half. Bitter disappointment, but the Wildcats, who are an improved team, will now regroup and get ready for Missouri's arrival here next week. So Missouri comes in, and they struggle today against Connecticut. So for Kentucky, they can't let this one loss spoil their season.
No, they can't. Listen, if they have a chance, they have the talent to make a bowl game for the first time since 2010. If they're going to do it, they're going to earn it. 9 opponents on their schedule this year went to bowl games a year ago. But what about the Gators now? Big game next week at home against Tennessee. That haven't beat them there since 2003. Going to play Ole Miss after that. We're finding out a lot about them tonight against Alabama. They look for real. I mean, they're going to play the struggling Missouri team themselves, and then LSU and Georgia. Interesting to see what happens with the Gators in the East.
Let's go to Maria Taylor with Coach McElwain.
Coach, you led this entire game, but you certainly faced some adversity. Let's go back to the defensive stand that you needed to win the ball game. What were you thinking on the sideline with your D on the field?
I'll tell you what, our defensive guys came to play and did a heck of a job, and this is a good football team. They're going to win a lot of games. He's got them believing, they're playing hard, and for us to get a win on the road like this in the SEC, this is what it's all about. And you know, we've just got to keep getting a little better.
I saw you talking to Will Greer on the sideline. What was he battling through towards the end of this game?
Oh, he was beat up a little bit. He probably ran when he could have thrown, but he's going to be a tough guy and made some plays with his feet. But you know, it's just I got really happy for these guys because they played their tails off and figured out a way to win.
We saw Greer the entire game. Would you say that the quarterback battle is settled and he's the full-time starter now?
I wouldn't say that right now. You know, we felt he was doing okay, and you know, we'll look at it and get it evaluated. And you know what? Here's the beautiful thing. We'll enjoy this for about 12 hours, and we'll go figure out what to do next week.
You wanted to see your team really respond and have more discipline on the field. Do you feel like they took a step forward in today's game?
No doubt about it. And, you know, it was great to see. And, you know, like I said, it's we've got a long ways to go, but I'm sure glad that I'm their coach because that's a bunch of good kids in that locker room.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Maria, and Jesse, I know that you want to talk about the coach's outburst last week, if you will, and that narrow victory over East Carolina and all the penalties that the Gators had.
I mean, you know, with respect to what happened to Kelvin Taylor, listen, if you've played football, that's probably happened to you at one point or other in your career. Normally it happens on the practice field or in a meeting room. What made that instance, I think, a little bit different was that it happened in a game on national television. And I don't think that Jim McElwain's ire, his fury at the moment was because of totally the throat slash. I think it had to do with 12 penalties and a couple of unsportsmanlike conduct calls earlier in the game, and it all kind of just built up on number 21. But I can't say enough of how impressed I was with the way Kelvin Taylor handled that, not just in the moment on the sideline, but also after the game, tweeting his support for his head coach. Message received to him, Kelvin Taylor and the team. I think Jim McElwain learned something from that as well. I think he was embarrassed from the situation himself. The team moves on. It's an impressive win tonight. Defense played great. You still got to clean up the penalties, Brent. Still had 10, and it could have cost them this game. But if you're the Florida Gators, you take the win, you build. These games keep getting bigger. And next week is probably the biggest one they've played so far. A very talented young Tennessee team that's much better than anything they've seen from Tennessee in the last couple of years.
Big part of the defense, Vernon Hargraves. He's down below with Maria.
You know, Vernon, last week you had to watch on the sidelines as your team played. So what did it mean for you to come back and made an immediate statement with that interception to start the game?
It was hard to sit out. I haven't missed over 23 games or something like that. So it was hard, but, you know, I had to keep my guys going on the sidelines. And, you know, I've been ready. I've been ready to play, and the ball came my way, and I just had to make a play.
You know, your defense had to get on the field and practically seal the game. What was going through your mind, and what did you guys talk about coming back on the field for the final series?
We knew we had to come back on the field. That's what we practice. That's what we do. We do it every day. So it was nothing new to us. It was just like another practice to us.
Coach really challenged you guys as a team to be more disciplined in this game. What was your focus from a locker room perspective and the players' eyes?
Obviously, staying disciplined, eliminating stupid penalties, and tackling. We got to tackle. We got to do a better job tackling. You know, miss a lot of tackles, but, you know, we played good enough to win, so that's all I can ask for.
What momentum does this give you moving forward as you host Tennessee at home?
Well, you know, we're 3-0 going back to the swamp, so it's all the momentum we need, and we're looking forward to play Tennessee.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, Maria, that interception that you referred to really changed the game completely in the early going.
Yeah, it really did.
Hargraves on a deflection grabs it, and Jesse, this was able to be returned and set up the Gators' first touchdown.
No doubt about it, Brent. And to put it quite simply, this Gators defense is for real. And they're going to give this team a chance to win games right now. I mean, they held Kentucky to 241 yards. They had 6 sacks. Their secondary is one of the best in the country now that they're fully loaded. The front we saw tonight, they can stop the run. They can get after the passer. They're deep. And that's huge for this team coming up. Think of the explosive offenses they're going to play soon. Tennessee, Ole Miss, they can score a lot of points. Scored more than 70 in their first 2 games. LSU, Georgia, this is all coming up on the horizon. And again, while this offense kind of goes through these growing pains, the defense is going to give them a chance right now. And I do also want to point out Will Grier at quarterback. You know, I think this football team took a big step tonight in finding who its leader is early on offense. I think Will Grier, while the statistics don't jump out at you on the page, he gained a lot of clout, I think, tonight in the locker room with the way his teammates are going to respond to his tough performance.
So unless there's an injury more severe than we saw, and he's able to come back and play, we would fully expect Grier to be the starting quarterback when the Gators go back home next week and play the Tennessee Volunteers. That'll be tough going, by the way.
No doubt about it. You've seen Josh Dobbs and this young, talented group that Butch Jones has recruited to Tennessee. They're explosive. They're better on every facet of the ball. They haven't won a game in Gainesville since 2003. It could happen next weekend. Gators got to bring their A game.
The hex continues. 29 straight years. My, oh my. When will it finally end?
So a win for the Florida Gators at Kentucky, and the streak continues, 29 in a row. Still 1977, the last time Kentucky started 2-0 in conference play. Dory Noka and some All-Americans, Chris Doring out of Florida, of course, and the National Football League, Booger McFarland out of LSU, and the National Football League. I'll start with you as a Gator alum. What impressed you most? What side of the